Dimineața și bine ați venit. O să zic câteva cuvinte în limba română la început, până să înceapă prezentarea. Ne-am adunat aici pentru a prezenta această nouă soluție, zic eu nouă pe piața din România, soluția celor de la WeCo, o firmă, o companie din Italia. Credem în potențialul foarte mare a acestei companii, mai ales pentru că a fost premiat anul trecut pentru mai multe inovări și promite din mai multe puncte de vedere, nu doar pe partea de baterii, dar și pe partea de soluții all-in-one inverter cu baterii. Mai multe detalii o să vă prezinte colegii de la WeCo și vom avea o sesiune de Q&A probabil la final, ca să avem un timp eficient de prezentare. Giorgio, I just told that we are presenting today the WeCo solutions, and the Q&A session will be at the end of presentation.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Giorgio Tibolla, the Sales Manager Europe of WeCo, and today I would like to show you who is WeCo and our product. Well, who is WeCo? WeCo is an Italian company. We are based in Florence, exactly in Scarperia, that is a small city near to Florence. But we produce in China only to save the cost. WeCo, it is active in 42 countries. We have 20 years of experience, and we have all the certification for a lot of market in Europe, in Africa, in USA, in Latin America, and more. In this photo, you can see our building where we produce the product for domestic and industrial and C&I application. In this rendering is very important because in the red building you can see our office, our old building where we have office, the after sales service, we have stock, and we also have a worker that repair the product. If you visit us in Italy, you can also see this building. This is a very new building where this year we will start to assemble the product in Italy. So some of our product there will be made in Europe. But the most important thing is that we will recycling the lithium batteries in Italy. So I think that we will be the huge company in Europe that recycling totally the battery in Italy. And this is very important. Why? Because we know that in the future, the European government established that in each cell, a small quantity of lithium have to come from recycling lithium. In this slide, you can see some our awards like the EU PD research or the Financial Times that wrote that WeCo, it is in the first place of a company that production, and they made this comparison in Europe. Okay, so we are in the first place. We can start with the product for residential, C&I, and utility scale. The first product is our app. Maybe for you it is not very important, but for us, yes. Why? You have to know that we developed our app and we have the cloud, not in China, but in Germany. So all the data are safety. We developed our app for the family, or for the final customer, like industrial company because they can monitor all. It means that they can monitor from our app the production of the PV systems, the consumption, EV charger, and more. They also can understand when the family use the battery every day, and the app can suggest when it is better to charge and discharge the battery. But the app, it is very important because it is our first step to give service to the installer, to Solargroup, and to everyone. Why? Because thanks to our app, you can monitor, for example, each cell inside of the battery. You have to know that in our battery, there is a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So the installer and WeCo can monitor each cell, and we can understand what's happened in the system. Thanks to our app, it is also possible to update the firmware and more. So this is our first step to give the after-sales service. And thanks to our app, we can resolve the 95% of the problem in the inverter or batteries. Okay? As you can see, it is very, very easy to understand all. Also for the family that it is not expert about PV storage system, and it is also easy for you and versatile. Why? Because when you finish to install our hybrid inverter and batteries, the app can understand if all it is well connected. If there is a problem, the app immediately advises you that something it is not connected well. About the residential product, here you can see our Smart 5K0 all-in-one. What is it? All-in-one, it means that is a one or more tower where in the top there is a hybrid inverter and one or more batteries. How it is made our all-in-one? As I told you, in the top there is a hybrid inverter and the batteries are plug and play. So you don't need cables or more. You can install this system in a very short time. The hybrid inverter can be one phase and three phase. One phase can be 3 kilowatt, 5 and 6, and three phase can be 10 and 15. Each battery is 5 kilowatt hour, and in each battery there is a three very important component. There is a fire suppression, so in each battery is equipped with a fire suppression. There is a heating system, and there is the DC booster. Okay, what is it, the DC booster? Okay, this is the DC booster that is that you can find in each battery. You have to know that each battery is 50 volt, and thanks to the DC booster, the voltage grow up to 450 volt. For these reasons, the inverter fill 450 volt, and if you want, you can install in three phase only one battery. Thanks to the DC booster, the batteries will not be connected in series, but they will connected in parallel. So if you want, you can add more batteries after 1 year or 10 years without problem. And thanks to the DC booster, if one battery doesn't function well, all the other battery will function well. Why? Because the batteries are connected in parallel. I would like to remind you that in each battery there is the fire suppression, the heating system, and the system is IP66. So you can install outdoor. Regarding the hybrid inverter, here you can read 200%. Why? Because if you buy the inverter that is 10 kilowatt, you can connect 20 kilowatt of solar panel. So you can connect 200% of the power. And with the extra power, the inverter can charge the batteries. The same battery that is 5 kilowatt can be used for single phase 6 kilowatt and three phase 15 kilowatt. In this rendering, you can see that if you want, you can use in the beginning only one battery, and in the future you can add more batteries up to 60 kilowatt hour. Okay, but if you want to use not our hybrid inverter but another brand of inverter, if you want, you can also buy the BMS plus the battery plus the inverter that are compatible with our batteries. Okay, and our hybrid inverter can work in off-grid and on-grid. Obviously, you can use our all-in-one with charger and can monitor all from our app. Okay. The second product that I want to show you is our best-selling product in Europe and in Africa. It is the battery called 5K3 Evo. Why Evo? Evo, it means evolution, because we started to use this battery in 2019, and every year we improve some plus. The capacity of this battery is 5.2 kilowatt hour, and it is IP66. This is the most versatile battery in the market. Why? Because the battery is 50 volt, so you can use in one phase solution. And if you want to connect more batteries in parallel, you can use this connector, orange, black, or orange, black. But you have to know that the same battery can be also used with three-phase hybrid inverter. In fact, if you use this connector, red, and black, the battery can be connected in series. The unique difference between one phase and three phase is that if you use in three phase, you have to buy this extra component called HV box, that is the BMS. You have to know that we started to produce in the past, and in the past we also used not for domestic application, but for industrial application. In fact, you can connect up to 105 batteries in low voltage and 119 batteries in high voltage. So you can use for residential and C&I application. The battery can be wall mounted, can be stacked, and can be installed vertically on the floor. So you can install as you prefer without problem. And the battery, it is equipped with fire suppression, heating system, and it is IP66. So you can put outdoor. This is a new product for us because we started to produce last year, and the name is 16K0. This is a big battery, 16 kilowatt hour. it is equipped with a Wi-Fi device like the 5K3 Evo. It is IP66 with fire suppression. The most important thing is that the warranty are 10 years or 8,000 cycle, and this is wrote not only in the datasheet but in our warranty, and you can use with 0.5C. Each battery it is equipped with wheels because the weight is 130 kilograms, and you can parallel up to 25 batteries. A lot of partners use this battery not only in low voltage, but they connect this battery with three-phase hybrid inverter that can manage low voltage batteries. So the battery is, as I told you, IP66 with fire suppression, and exactly is 16.1 kilowatt hour. We started to produce this product for the Africa market, but now is growing a lot of clients want this product in each country of Europe. This battery is a new model. It is called 5K0 LT. It is very versatile, efficient, and compact. Why it is versatile? Because this battery can be wall mounted and stacked. So with the same with this battery you can resolve all your needs, and inside of the carton box of the battery you can find the cables and all the components to connect one battery with all the other batteries. In this photo you can see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 batteries or 15 batteries connected together. The warranty are 10 years or 6,000 cycle with DOD 80% and 0.5C. And this battery can work only in low voltage. As you can see, you can connect 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 15 batteries, but remember that you can use only in low voltage. This is a new product that will be ready in June. The name is 5K0 HV in high voltage. The battery can be only stacked, and each battery is 5.12 kilowatt hour and can be stacked from 1 up to 12 batteries. In this video you can understand how it is made, the battery. So below you can see a base, and all it is plug and play, so you don't need cables. I would like to remind you that each battery is 5 kilowatt hour, so the case it is very solid, and the battery it is equipped with fans. Each battery it is equipped with fire suppression and heating system, and it is IP30. So you cannot put you cannot install outdoor. So why we put a heating system if you can install outdoor? Because a lot of people want to install the battery in the garage. So when in winter it is very, very cold, like -5 or -10, also in the garage it is cold. So we understood that it is better equipped the battery with a heating system. Now we can talk about our C&I product. Our best-selling product is the battery cabinet A-Cool. Why it is so versatile? Because you can install 1 or 2 hybrid inverter in each battery cabinet. And we have different sizes of the battery cabinet. Inside of the A-Cool, you can find a flood sensor, Wi-Fi device, fire suppression, CO2 smoke detector, alarm, and there is also a air heating cooling system. Why we use the air cooling system? We also have a product with liquid cooling system, and I will show to you later, but we prefer to promote the air cooling system because the after sale service or the maintenance is very, very easy, because this pump, it is similar to the pump that we have in our house. So it is very easy to do the maintenance, and we sell this product also in Sweden where it is very, very cold. The most important thing of this battery cabinet, as you can see in this video, is that inside you can find 15 batteries, okay? But you can choose how many batteries you want inside. In fact, we have 2 sides. This side with 15 batteries, okay? And a small cabinet with 7 batteries. The small cabinet, it is composed of each battery that is 16 kilowatt-hour and can reach the maximum capacity of 120 kilowatt-hour. And the minimum capacity is 80. Why we wrote minimum and maximum? Because you can choose how many battery you want inside. The minimum quantity is 5 and the maximum quantity is 7. But if you need 5 or 6 or 7, we can remove some battery, and from Italy we ship to you the battery with the exact number of capacity that you need. This is the biggest battery cabinet A-Cool, where inside there are 15 batteries. And also in this case, if you want to receive the battery cabinet with 5 batteries, 10 batteries, 11 batteries, we can ship from Italy the cabinet with the exact number of battery that you want. So we can offer you a lot of different sizes of capacity. Remember that in this case, we only use air cooling heating system. The warranty of these batteries are 10 years, and you can use with 0.5 C, with 8,000 cycle and end of life 70%. So about this battery cabinet A-Cool, you can parallel up to 10 battery cabinet. In each battery cabinet there is a Wi-Fi, so thanks to our app, you can monitor each cell inside of each battery. You can choose how many battery you want inside. And when you install it, you don't need a PC for setup because the installation is very, very easy. As I told you, in the A-Cool, you can use one or two hybrid inverter. If you use two hybrid inverter like in the picture, you need two HV box that are 2 BMS. In this case, the maximum number of the batteries will be 7 plus 7, so 14 batteries. What kind of inverter you can connect with our A-Cool? You can choose some very famous brand of inverter like Solis, for example, but you can also use our hybrid inverter that are 25, 30, 40, and 50 kilowatt. In our hybrid inverter can work on grid and off grid, so there is a backup output, and you can use our hybrid inverter in 3 different ways. The first is that when you have a totally new PV storage system, so the inverter can manage solar panel and batteries. The second is that when you don't have solar panel, you have only the inverter and batteries, and you want to charge the battery with the electricity from the electricity network. The last way is that when you want to do a retrofit. Retrofit, it means when you installed a solar panel, for example, 1 or 2 years ago, and now your client asks you, I want to add the batteries. In this case, you don't need to touch or modify the old string inverter, but you only need to add this inverter that will manage the current and charge and discharge the batteries. And this hybrid inverter has 4 MPPT. As I told you, we also have the battery cabinet with the liquid cooling system. In this case, we have 2 PCS that can give you 120 kilowatt and 5 batteries that are 261 kilowatt hour. You can use this product for retrofit application, so you can add this PCS in a PV system that you install in the past. And this product will be ready in June. The product, it is IP55 with heating cooling system with fire suppression, and there is a lower and upper pressure release. So if inside of the battery cabinet the pressure it is too much, there is a valves and windows, and thanks to them the pressure can go out. Here you can see our new hybrid inverter that will be ready in the next months. This is the battery cabinet, battery 5K3 Evo that can work in low voltage and high voltage, IP66 with the fire suppression and heating system. This is the battery that can work only in high voltage and can only be stacked. And this is the new hybrid inverter TH 820 kilowatt. Will be ready in a short future, and the front of the inverter is made in glass. Why? Because thanks to the glass, the heating system can go out from the inverter in a very short time. This is the new hybrid inverter that will be ready also in the next months. The name is TH. It is very interesting hybrid inverter, 50 kilowatt. Why? Because this inverter has a 160 ampere to charge and discharge the battery. If you think that it is only 50 kilowatt, you will not find another hybrid inverter 50 kilowatt that has 160 ampere to charge and discharge the batteries. And this is the IBO, another big hybrid inverter for big installation like 500 kilowatt and 1 megawatt. Here you can see our new hybrid inverter to charge and discharge the battery, 120 kilowatt, and will be ready maybe in summer. The ampere in this case is 300 ampere. So all our hybrid inverter are very sophisticated with 12 MPPT and 200% over design. And the last product for C and I are our string inverter. That can be 100 kilowatt, 30, 50, and also our STK for small application like 6 up to 20 kilowatt. And also this product will be ready in June. I know that in your country you also have business for containerized storage solution. We have several products. For example, our BESS containerized solution, 1.2 megawatt. You can see that in the first part of the 25th container, we have the batteries, and we also have the PCS. So this product arrived ready to be used, and you only need to connect, and the commissioning, it is free. For the first installation, you don't need to pay for the commissioning. It means that our technical guy will arrive in your site and will check all. This rule, it is also valid for our containerized storage solution. So if you install, for example, our battery cabinet A-Cool, for the first time, our technical colleague will arrive on site to check if all it is well connected with zero cost. here you can see how it is made inside the best container 1.2 megawatt. Okay, and we also have the same with 500 kilowatt of PCS, and this is the biggest solution that we have. That is a small container full of battery with 5 megawatt hour, and you can use with our PCS 1.2 megawatt. I would like to remind you that the warranty of our battery cabinet 5K3 Evo is 10 years or 7,000 cycle, and this is wrote in our warranty with the 0.5C DOD 90% and end of life 70%. Do you have a question?
Dacă aveți întrebări în română, în engleză, cum doriți, puteți să vă puneți întrebările. Nu știu, Cristi, dacă ai dat dreptul să deschidă microfoanele. Poți să deschidă? Cristian, can you hear me? Papai?
Yes.
Corina? Okay. We have some questions on chat. If you open the chat.
Guys, I'm not here next week. It's Thursday. I could do it myself. I don't have access.
Dacă se pot deschide microfoanele oamenii să poată.
Of course.
So, if you look at the questions,
yes.
Okay,
is,
1 second. Yes. Yeah. Okay, chat. The battery charging is from AC and also this. Yes, we also have battery charging for domestic and industrial application. The sites are 7 kilowatt, 11 and 22, but we also have 30 kilowatt, 40, 80 and 150. So we have a very big range of charging. This charging
it's
of
about
the battery,
the charging of the battery. They asking if these batteries can charge on AC and DC also.
Can charge AC and DC. Maybe Federico can answer.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Federico. Nice to meet you. I'm technical manager in WeCo, and so I'm reading the question. So the batteries. What do you mean the battery charging from AC and DC also? I mean, the battery itself is just a DC, as you know, so it gets charged always in DC. With our inverter, the topology is that there is a DC side and AC side. So with our inverters, if you have PV panels and you are charging the battery with the PV panels, the charging happens in DC. There is no conversion from PV DC to AC and then from AC to the DC battery, because there is a common bus, a common DC bus. So the PV generating energy, they on this bus and then there is a DC converter, let's say, that from the bus to charge the battery. So when you are charging the battery from PV, is DC to DC. Of course, it's possible also for, I don't know, several reasons to charge the battery from the AC. So the inverter can take the energy from the grid from the AC and charge the battery. So we simply can do both.
Federico, can you answer
yes.
to yes?
Yeah, I'm answering all the questions. So discharging of the battery to 0 is possible. Yes, 100% DOD is also possible. Of course, it's not suggested for the long-term life of the battery. It's better to have always a margin, but it's also possible. The heating pad consumption, it's variable from 50 to 150 watt. So it depends how much colder it is and how faster we want to heat. We can go maximum power, or we can heat up slowly.
The second question is about the pricing when they receive prices. This is up to us, Solargroup. Yes,
Okay.
We can provide a price list privately to everyone. And we have already mentioned some product in our catalog, but with the full price list, we will send you by email to who is interested. Deci o să primiți lista de prețuri în curând, sigur că le avem. Dar să specificați dacă doriți ceva anume.
Federico, can you answer to the question below?
Yes.
Yeah, below the residential, yes, we have single phase up to 6 and 3-phase. Depends on the model. We have some that go up to 15, but also we have a 20 kilowatt inverter. So the only one it's from up to 15. But we have the other inverter like the TH that get also up to 20 kilowatt. For the 3-phase discharging, yes, it's possible to be asymmetrical. So all our 3-phase product, they can support the phase unbalance, and they can support up to, of course, 100% of the nominal power of the phase. This means that if you have a 15 kilowatt 3-phase inverter, you can have 0.05, or I mean, that's the maximum. So you can have 15 kilowatt on 3-phase is 555, so you can have 0.05, just for example. For the retrofit, only one battery. So for this, we need to have, we suggest to have an additional meter. It's not mandatory. So what we do is we have our inverter, the third-party inverter. So our inverter must have always either a CT to read the current or a meter, and this needs to be put on the top of the system. So just right away of the main breaker. So it needs to read everything. So all the total current that is going into the grid or from the grid. And then we suggest to use an external device that is a Wi-Fi meter on the output of the PV string inverter, so that with our application, you can also see the flows of the external PV inverter. So the way it works is that so in your case, you're talking about limitation to grid feeding, zero export. Zero export, you mean it's on the external PV inverter, because usually what we do is that there is a meter, and the meter can understand how much load there is and how much is the excess of power from the PV string inverter. And according to the power, the differential of this value will be used to be charged on the battery. So if the PV string inverter is producing, I don't know, 10 kilowatt and the load is 5, so our inverter knows that there are 5 kilowatt available to charge the battery.
If it is possible, I would like to remind that our best product in Europe and in Africa, it is the only one. And if you want, you can also use our batteries plus the HV box plus another hybrid inverter. Okay, and you can start, and if you use our hybrid inverter in the top, in the beginning, you can install only the solar panel and the hybrid inverter. In the future, you can add 1 or 2 or more batteries. The second most important product is the 5K free Evo that can work in low voltage and high voltage, but it can also be installed wall-mounted, stacked, and vertically on the floor. I know that in your country, the business for industrial application is very, very high. And our battery cabinet, called A-Cool, it is versatile because our competitor can offer only 1 or 2 sites. Instead, we can offer you the number of the battery that you want inside. Sorry if I'm change very fast. Okay, so here there are 15 batteries, but if you want to receive the battery cabinet with 10 batteries or 6 battery or 7 battery from Italy, we ship to you the battery cabinet with the number of battery that you want. Before to ship the battery cabinet, we check if all is okay. And if you want, you can add batteries in the future. So if you want to order now with 7 battery, you can add more battery in the future, but the limit is 1 year. Federico, please correct me. Federico? Okay, don't worry. I know that you can add more batteries, but the time limit is 1 year. You can use this battery cabinet with our hybrid inverter or with our brand that Solargroup will tell you. You can connect more battery cabinet and you can reach 1 megawatt hour. Do you have a question?
Yes, it's one more question. On an existing system with other types of inverters, how can we change the WeCo batteries?
How can we charge the WeCo battery? Yes, correct.
Charge, sorry.
Charge. Okay, it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy. You can, but for domestic or industrial application, because for industrial application, it is enough to add this hybrid inverter called TK that can be 25, 30, 40, and 50 kilowatt hour. And so you don't need to touch the old string inverter. You only need to add to the PV system our hybrid inverter, and thanks to the meter, the system function well. If you want, I can send a small design where I explain how to connect the old string inverter with our TK hybrid inverter. In residential, okay, what about in residential? In residential, I think that you have, we also have a hybrid inverter for domestic application. So you can use our battery and our hybrid inverter, or you can use residential hybrid inverter from other brand, like Solis, for example. Solis plus our battery. Christian, do you have a question or?
Yes, for me it's fine. I will wait for the questions in privately if the installers, the partners who participated now have other questions, and I will come back to you privately and to answer for the questions if I cannot manage. So what is very important, we want to have it in stock, in Solargroup stock, these products. Mainly we will order the most important, the only one, and the 5 kV batteries
yes.
with dual voltage. And for special projects, of course, we can bring the big A-cool solutions.
Okay, and remember that thanks to our app, we can give a very good after-sale service, and our guy in Italy can answer you every day from Monday to Saturday, from 8 o'clock a.m. up to 8 o'clock p.m. from Monday to Saturday. So if you have a problem or doubts, we are based in Italy. Okay, we are not based in China, and you and your client are welcome in Italy to see our product, and maybe in the end of this year, our production line to recycling the lithium batteries.
Thank you, Giorgio, and I think it's a very good idea. After you're opening the factory, we want to organize a group visit with our partners or potential partners. So count on us in the autumn after the opening, if it's possible.
Okay. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone. Mulțumim tuturor pentru participare și revenim cu materialul înregistrat și alte detalii care să ne transmită Giorgio. Thank you, Giorgio. Thank you, WeCo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We will keep to continue with technical and sales questions in privately. Good luck. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.